Itemps is a technology-led solution to manage large volumes of people, particularly temporary workers. It's a very comprehensive way of dealing with the administration of people in large numbers from the point of arrival for work through to their payment for that work.
When you come to the crunch, the major metric that you measure agency recruitment on is fulfilment. And Goldteam have been excellent in fulfilment with New England Seafood as long as we've been working with them.
We have our own internal target for fulfilment, which is 100%. Even if some of our candidates are late, our system, because it logs them in 15 minutes before production starts, we know if they haven't clocked in by 7:45 for an 8 o'clock shift, we're actually able to tell the production manager, yes, they have arrived, 2 or 3 haven't, but they're on their way, or we've ordered a replacement.
Compliance and regulatory compliance is not diminishing, it's increasing. So the ability to demonstrate you're complying with regulatory authorities or even auditors is becoming increasingly important.
So what we thought, rather than worry about those regulations, we thought we'd build all of that into our technology.
When the candidate comes in, we'll verify the ID through a passport scanner, we'll take the biometric impression of the candidate, we'll take the image of the candidate, and if the candidate is a migrant worker, we also take the details of the visa, and we manage 40 different visa categories to ensure that the work that they're being deployed to is in compliance with the visa category that they have, and they're not going over the hours that they're prescribed.
And what we wanted, not to demonstrate that we were doing it right just when an audit happened, we developed the technology so that 24/7, whenever an auditor wanted to assess whether what we were doing was meeting the mark, at any time at a moment's notice, that they could do that.
We have functionality for our clients to access a console from their own office at any point 24/7, and from that system they can actually survey any of their candidates within their candidate pool. They can access any of their records, they can view a shift, they can see who's clocked in, who's not clocked in, they can observe breaks and operate some break management for the purpose of supervision, and it's all done in real time.
If a client uses our biometric device where they use their thumb impression to clock in, and then the thumb impression to clock out, which then goes on and produces a timesheet, which then goes on to produce a payslip.
The output from the timesheet methodology in Itemps becomes an input for payroll. They literally interface, they literally transfer data. So there's no one to actually make an error on that piece of the process. And that eliminates for you pay queries straight away.
The advantage of this system to anything else I've seen is that we know exactly to the day, to the hour, which temporary staff are on our site. And we know exactly what hours they're working. And I don't believe there's any other systems. I haven't come across another temporary agency system that has that feature.
Itemps offers a client control over an expensive commodity in most of their businesses, which is the control of labour. So what Itemps enables them to do is to understand on a minute-by-minute basis what use they've had, and the fact that we've removed all the administration and the worry about their rights to work, the fact that the right number have arrived, that they've already been through induction and pre-skilling as part of our process. They're then left to worry about the actual productive yield for what they've been doing in the food sector, or the number of beds made in the hospitality sector, etc, etc. They can be left to concentrate on their own KPIs because this bit's under control.
There's nobody that does a better computerised database for temporary staff than Goldteam. It's great.